Okay, so as promised today, guys, we have part 2 of our boot care video here. The second part is going to focus on synthetic leather cleats, such as the Mercurial Vapors. Here we have a brand new out-of-the-box Vapor 7. Over here, a very much pre-worn Vapor 6, just kind of used as an example. Reusch's Glove Wash, which works wonders on synthetic cleats. And some trash paper, and a packet of silica gel. And the idea behind this is, first of all, we'll share with you real quick an easy method to go ahead and break in your synthetic leather cleats. And then after that, we'll kind of show you how nicely they clean up with some of this Reusch Glove Wash and how easy it is to get that taken care of. So first up, now this particular portion of the program kind of assumes some kind of a big deal, which is that the shoe is now yours. You have decided that this is the right cleat for you. It's the right size. It's not causing you any problems. You've not yet worn it, but it is what you want. So you're going to take this shoe, you're going to put it on your foot, no sock, no need for it, and you're going to take this shoe and you're going to submerge it in warm water. You're either going to stick it in the shower or put it underwater in the tub, and you're going to be wearing this shoe as you do it. You're going to feel silly, but it's an easy thing to get used to, and it's definitely worth it. So you're going to wear those for a good solid, probably 15-20 minutes. Let that synthetic leather material kind of collapse onto your foot. And then when you're done, you're going to take them off. You're going to remove the sock liner, like so. Take the sock liner right out, no problem. And then you're just going to pack it with some trash paper right up in the front of the shoe. Pack it so that it doesn't bulge exactly, but it does fill up the shoe nicely. And what that's going to do is two things. It's going to help shape the shoe properly, kind of help it retain its shape a little bit. Now that it's kind of tuned in specifically for your foot, you're going to help it keep its shape, and you're also going to absorb some of the water in the upper as well. What you should also do on those, pack them with some desiccant, like silica gel here. Just put them in what you want to do is actually put them on top of the trash paper when you're packing it in there. Or you can just throw it kind of regularly in the heel right there. It's going to help them dry out quick, but it's not going to do it in a way that heat or sunlight would do. So it's going to, kind of keep it clean for you. The second part of this video, we're actually going to show you how nicely these things clean up with some Reusch Glove Wash. But in the meantime, we also want to share with you, this is the same trick you would do with a leather cleat. The only real difference is that with a leather cleat, the sock liner you want to keep in when you're drying it. And the only reason for that really is so that it doesn't kind of malform, because with that leather it tends to puff up and shape around the sock liner. So what I'm going to do now is, I'm going to take these cleats right here, I'm going to go give them a quick scrub, and I'll show them to you. Once they are all cleaned up, you can see just how well it helps preserve that upper material on here, the Teijin synthetic, and get a good look at it for yourself. Okay guys, so now I have taken the liberty here of kind of already cleaning them up, but I'll give you a basic idea of what it is that you need to do on these things. It's pretty simple. You can do it right at your sink. You can do it in your bathtub if you want, whatever you like. What you're going to do is just take a little dab of Reusch's Glove Wash. Just kind of ease it right on there. What you'll notice about this stuff is that it's very low foaming. It's one of the reasons why we use this over other materials. That foam actually on some soap suds and such can actually strip the color off of some synthetic materials. So that's why we use Reusch, and it's pretty simple stuff. Don't be afraid to really get in there. Don't be gentle with them. They are soccer cleats after all. Only spots you want to be really kind of cautious of are the seams right along the upper over here. Be cautious there. But then other than that, feel free and put some elbow grease into it. And really dig in, get that material nice and clean. You're going to find that it really does rejuvenate the material. It kind of, what happens with most synthetic materials is that they're backed with a foam. And this glove wash is actually designed specifically to kind of actually fill up that foam and make it more supple. So once it gets past this, this layer of synthetic up on top, what you'll find is that the material actually kind of puffs up underneath. And it kind of rejuvenates it a little bit. Once you're done kind of soaping it up, really, working up a little bit of a lather, go ahead and you can rinse it off right in your sink. No big deal. Take the shoe right under there. Rinse it off pretty nice. I've already kind of, like I said, taken the liberty of cleaning them off a little bit better off camera here, but what we're going to do now is kind of do a little bit of a we're going to set them aside. We're going to take the sock liners out, like so. And once we have those out, we're going to let the sock liner and the shoe itself dry out. And we're going to show you exactly kind of what the end result here is, and give you an idea of what the shoe looks and feels like once you've gone ahead and cleaned it all up. So again, stay tuned. We'll have the remainder of that in just 1 second for you. Alright, so now guys, we're going to show you these new Vapors. At least they look pretty darn good. And we're actually going to stack them up to a new pair of them and kind of show you essentially how they measure up. Even though these things have been used now for pretty much, actually, let's see, these ones were in use for 7 months. And here's a brand new pair in the box. 7.5. Let's kind of stack them up to each other. See how they look. Alright, so first of all, here's your brand new pair. They, as you can see, they are fresh out of the box, never been worn. Maybe they've been tried on once or twice, but that's about it. Sock liner, brand new. Get that bad boy out of there so we can take a look at it, see how it measures. Because we also cleaned the sock liners yesterday, same way we cleaned the upper. Basically, taking a sponge, taking some low foaming glove wash, and going right at it. And now, take a look there, there's your sock liner. Looking pretty good. Now after touching these ones up yesterday, let's take a look at them kind of side by side here. As you can see, they are creased, you know, from wear, obviously. But if you take a look just kind of at the actual, I mean, look at the swoosh. The swoosh looks exactly the same. Looks just like it was right out of the box. It's clean as can be. As you can see up here, the upper, nice and shiny. Even though we used a scuffed sponge, it's still got that nice tacky feel to it. Same deal on the outside. Obviously the material is broken in, so it tends to cave a little bit more. You can see the difference here. This one's, you can kind of, I should say you can kind of see how it feels, but this one's a little bit stiffer. This one obviously considerably softer. Great break-in on those Vapors. But so let's check out also, we'll take out our trash here. We'll see what the inside of the shoe feels like. Get rid of these things. Okay, so inside of the shoe, fairly dry. I would say the tongue, on this one we did not use any silica gel packets on this one. The tongue is, you know, the most fabric-y portion of the shoe, so that's where it's going to stay the wettest, the longest. But other than that, it's nice and dry on the interior. Smell's starting to clear up even a little bit too. But yeah, tongue's still a little bit damp. Laces are nice and dry. But that's the one we used without silica gel. And this is the one that, you know, basically, like I said, basically the tongue is still a little bit damp, but other than that, the rest of the shoe is dry. We just let it sit overnight. We put them, as you saw back there, open air, not near any heat sources, out of the sunlight, and these suckers feel, no joke, they feel pretty close to new. They really do feel great. Obviously, this is actually the only defect on the shoe. I started peeling away from the upper way too soon. But other than that, no joke, these things feel like they're new. They look great. You know, studs look polished. These things have been used for 7, almost 8 months. And they look terrific. Then on the other shoe, this is the one we packed with silica gel. There's your little silica gel packet there. And we have our trash paper we got to pull out. Good and damp. But yeah, now that we have this out of here, the shoe is once again looking like itself. And yeah, you can see the sheen's still on there. Upper feels great. Still got that, you know, kind of that tacky feel for touch. Inside the shoe, even in the tongue, is dry as a bone. No joke. This thing isn't even like a little damp. There's nothing to it. It is absolutely dry. It has affected that drying of the water like that. Basically, this thing about silica gel is the reason you find it in all kinds of packing material is it absorbs water vapor. It can absorb up to 6 times its weight in water vapor. So essentially, the idea is, you're getting all that dampness, all that residue out of there, out of the shoe, but at the same time, you're not shrinking it or anything like that, like you would if you applied heat to it or something like that to try and dry it. You're not affecting the material at all. It literally just absorbs water vapor. You pull them out the next day, and it actually feels heavy. It's kind of puffed up. Like I said, it absorbs up to 6 times its weight in water vapor. So just one packet is taking all that dampness off of the tongue there, and your shoe is dry in less than a night. These things, if we just pulled them out after 8 hours, they'd be great. Incidentally, we had them in the back room drying there for probably about, if I had to guess, I would say somewhere in the neighborhood of about maybe 14 hours. But you can pull them out 6 hours before that, and they still feel absolutely dry as a bone. Studs look great. Shoe looks awesome. And these things have been worn for a long time, and by a high-level player. He's at club level, but he also plays regional tournaments, stuff like that. He's a pretty good footballer in the area. And you can see the sock liner on here still got that nice tacky feel to it, even though we scrubbed it. But again, you want to keep that low foam on there so it doesn't strip the color or that tacky feel. And you take the look at the two of them side by side, these two sock liners. This one's brand new. This one's been worn for months. And look at them. You clean them up, they look absolutely terrific. So if you're looking to get decent life out of your shoes, it really is all about how much work you want to put into it. And truthfully, this really isn't that much work to get these looking new again. You take to them with some low foaming wash like that Reusch glove wash really does the trick. I mean, no joke. Look at these shoes for yourself. They really, really do look good. But yeah, other than that, it's like we were saying, it's whatever you put into it. So feel free. If you can find glove wash in your area, absolutely pick some up. You're going to find it really does work wonders on synthetic boots. On top of that, also, we do have some on the website if you need it there. But absolutely use these care tips, because to be honest, you're going to find that your shoes they really do a lot better than they would if you didn't take care of them. Negligence is really the number one reason why you see defects in shoes, is people just basically don't take care of their stuff. You take care of your stuff, you can get a lot of life out of it. We have people, players in the area, like adult players, who pick up their copas. They treat them with leather, every couple of weeks. They treat them with leather conditioner every couple of weeks, that sort of stuff. And they play on these copas for 4 years at a whack. There's no reason you can't do that with the majority of kangaroo leather shoes. So just take care of what you got, and you're going to find that that shoes kind of, the durability concerns of most boots kind of work themselves out. But I hope you guys found it informative, and if you guys have any questions, absolutely leave them in the comments. We're really here for anybody, from the layman to the expert to whoever. We're here to answer your questions. We really do enjoy it, and we hope that in future, if you guys have any needs for your products or anything like that, you can definitely hit us up. But certainly this is this is definitely what we'd call the soft sell. We're not making anyone beholden to our videos or anything like that. We kind of want to see people go out there and do the best for themselves that they possibly can, and this is definitely one way to accomplish that. So thanks for tuning in, guys, and check out goalstore.com, and like I said, if you got any questions, any comments, anything, leave them for us.